You know that feeling, right? That constant, kind of nagging pressure that you need to be learning the next big thing. Well, today we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to figure out how to actually learn things that stick in a world that's designed to distract us. Let's get into it. Okay, starting off strong with a pretty harsh quote from creator Waleed. But you know what? It kind of frames the whole problem perfectly. We love to tell ourselves we have all these passions, but is that really what's happening? Or are we just hopping from one shiny object to the next, never really mastering anything? You've seen this everywhere. One minute, the entire internet is screaming at you that you have to learn to code. And then, boom, the next minute, AI is here. And if you're not becoming a prompt engineer, you're already ancient history. It's this panic the algorithms feed us, right? This fear of being left behind if we don't jump on every single trend right now. And it creates this just vicious cycle. You start learning something new, it gets a little tough, you lose momentum, and then, oh look, a new shiny thing to learn. You end up with a digital graveyard of half-finished online courses and a ton of surface-level knowledge about, well, everything and nothing. So let's just call it what it is, distracted learning. You gotta realize, as Waleed points out, the algorithms are literally designed to sell us stuff. New courses, new software, new subscriptions. And they do it by making us feel inadequate, by making us feel like we're always missing out. We're kind of being played. This analogy is just perfect. Think about it like a video game. You're running around the map, picking up shotgun shells, but the whole time you're carrying a sniper rifle. All these skills and tutorials you're collecting, they're just useless weight if you haven't even decided what game you're playing. So the big question is, how do we break the cycle? How do we stop collecting all this random ammo and actually start building the weapon we want to use? The goal isn't just about learning faster, it's about learning deeper. Thankfully, we have a map. Study expert Ali Abdaal lays out this really clear, evidence-based system. It has three main pillars. Now, for our purposes, we're going to zero in on the first two, because honestly, they are absolute game changers: understanding and remembering. All right, first up for getting true understanding is the Feynman technique. There's a reason they call the physicist Richard Feynman the great explainer. He knew that the real test of whether you know something isn't about using fancy, complicated words. It's the exact opposite. Can you make it simple? If you can't explain it to a kid, you don't get it yourself. Time to go back to the drawing board. But look, understanding it is just step one. To actually make it stick in your brain, you need what is, I would argue, the most powerful learning tool that exists: active recall. The idea here is to completely flip how you think about studying. Stop trying to passively cram information in. Instead, you need to actively practice pulling it out. It's literally a workout for your brain. Every time you force yourself to remember something, you're strengthening that neural pathway. And here's the kicker. This is the crazy part. According to the research Abdal pulls together, most of us, we should be doing this 2 to 3 times more than we are now. We spend all our time rereading and highlighting, which feels productive, but the real results, the real learning, comes from testing ourselves. This slide just lays it all out, clear as day. On the left, you've got all the low-effort stuff that feels like you're learning, but your brain isn't really retaining much. On the right, that's the hard stuff, the high-effort activities that actually build strong memories. It's all about that effortful retrieval. Okay, so we have the tools, we have the Feynman technique to understand, and active recall to remember. But what are we actually building here? What's the point of all this hard work? Well, it's not just about memorizing a bunch of facts. It's about fundamentally changing the way you see the world. To get this, let's try a little thought experiment. This might bend your brain a bit, but stick with me. Imagine a creature that lives in a completely flat, two-dimensional world. If a 3D sphere were to pass through their world, what would they see? All they could ever perceive is a flat circle that appears out of nowhere, gets bigger, then smaller, then disappears. They can't possibly grasp its true depth. But for us, as three-dimensional beings, we can see the whole sphere at once, right? We understand its volume, its shape, its completeness, in a way that 2D being just can't. We have a higher dimensional perspective. Okay, so you see where this is going. Let's take it one step further. What would a four-dimensional being see if they looked down at our 3D world? They'd see it all, the entire system, every single part of it, inside and out, at the exact same time. Not just a series of moments, but the whole interconnected structure. That is the goal of deep learning, to stop seeing flat, disconnected facts and start building a dimensional model of understanding in your head. And this slide brings it all home. On the left, you've got flat learning. That's chasing trends, collecting random facts, rereading your notes. It's a 2D view of the world. But on the right, you have dimensional learning. This is about having a mission, building mental models, and using active recall to construct a deep 3D understanding.
So here it is. This is your action plan. Step 1, define your weapon. What's your core mission? What are you actually trying to build? Step 2, stop collecting the wrong ammo. Be ruthless about what you let in. And finally, use the Feynman technique and active recall to stop collecting flat facts and start building a powerful dimensional model of knowledge. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. What's one area in your life right now where you've just been collecting flat 2D facts? And what's one step you can take today to start building a deeper, more dimensional understanding of it? Thanks so much for tuning in.